Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So I completed page 1 before lunch, and then we watched a small sliver of Kase-san. Originally, we were going to go for a walk with the Monica. I remember she needed to buy more chicken, so we ended up taking the bus down to the Anaheim Plaza. The first thing we did was browse Daiso, and we ended up getting new mesh bags. So they actually had some mesh bags there. They had ones that were pink and yellow. The ones that we have are blue and yellow. And then afterward, we got this set of trays that were all collection. We only had one tray from the set. It was a long pink one, and they had all the blue ones and the small pink and blue tiny trays. So we got a whole set, and we also got a tray that was shaped like a leaf because we had always wanted it when we first saw it back in Stanton years ago, and like we finally got a chance to get it. Afterward, we browsed Five Below, and we happened to find some Vocaloid stickers, but we didn't have a need for them, so we just left them. And then we hit Walmart, we got chicken and some more mochi ice cream, and we missed the bus coming home. I mean, it passed us while we were trying to wait for the light to change so we can cross the street. The guy who was standing at the stop with us ended up just jaywalking to get to the bus, and we kept feeling like we should have did that too. So instead of waiting for the next bus to show up, we ended up walking to the next stop, which is about a mile away-ish. And then we got picked up at around 1, and we got home about between 1:30 and 2. I worked on the chapter 30 script, but I didn't get very far. Monica got done with pages 2 and 3, so I worked on those. And then, oh man, I kept getting sidetracked trying to find fan art for a specific token Rambo rare pair that I'm into. And even though I was complaining on my Twitter account that it just didn't exist, the truth is it actually did. In fact, there's 2 tags for it because the 2 people who started these tags didn't name it the same thing, but they named it the same thing. Because I ran both tag names into Google Translate, and they more or less say the same thing. But one of them has an extra character in it, so I don't know which one's the right tag. So if, for example, if I ended up putting art in this tag, I had to figure out which one's the correct tag to use. So yeah. Other than that, the very little fan art that I had was satisfactory. It wasn't well drawn, but it was satisfactory. So yeah, I got off about 4. I did not finish pages 2 and 3, but I was so tired. I got caught up with my journals and planners. And then I went to bed. I woke up at about 9:30. I went straight to work on the Monday pages. I edited all the audios and compressed them. It wasn't until I finished the compression I realized that there was an error in the text again, and I'm just like, oh, I wish this wouldn't happen. So even though I changed all the dates, the dates from Friday forward didn't actually stay changed. It didn't save. So they compressed with the previous dates again. This happens every once in a while. It's so annoying. Okay, so I ended up finishing the pages at about 1, but my video didn't finish compressing until 3:30. And while I was waiting, in between working on pages 2 and 3, I also sketched down what the Katsugeki Saniwa's outfit looked like, because I'm interested in drawing him since he's the only character in the entire series that doesn't make me want to scratch my eyeballs out because he doesn't have any armor. I think he's most likely going to be the first thing I end up posting because I just feel like he's much easier to do. And it gives me an excuse to also draw the Kurogetsune. Okay, so I went back to sleep at 3:30. I tried to get Monica out of bed at 4:50 because that's when I woke up, but she didn't get out of bed until 5:06. So I got caught up with my journals and planners. I felt so tired and wasted. I got dressed and I packed the money last minute. I almost forgot to bring it. And yeah, because Monica had finished packing the clothing the night before. I completely forgot to mention that because that was completely separate from what I was doing. After she was done with the pages and she passed them off to me, she started working on the laundry. So we ate breakfast. We left at about 6 a.m. and we arrived at the laundromat at about 6:30. I completed the storyboard for chapter 29, as well as the line art for Fauna and Agnes's extras. When we got home, the first thing we did was try the second box of mochi because we got 2 of them. We got vanilla, which we ate on the walk to the bus stop, and then the chocolate one we ended up reading right now is double chocolate, so it's chocolate ice cream with chocolate pieces in it. I think chocolate and nuts, and it tasted really, really good. So the only 2 mochis that we haven't tried yet so far are the matcha and the what was it called? The matcha and the cookies and cream. Monica doesn't want to try the cookies and cream, but I really want to try the matcha. So most likely I'll be the one that try that. Okay, so I went back on and I completed the unfinished pages, the artwork, but I got too tired at 9 to put any text on them, so I got off at like about 9ish, and I'm so tired. Just got done finishing catching up with my journals and planners, and I'm recording audio. It's the first audio recording of this week. So here's the plan. My goal is to complete, to put text on the Monday pages and load them. And hopefully if I can get done before Monica finishes the Tuesday pages. I don't know if she will, because they're not exactly hard. It's just pictures of We Are and Gin. I want to try to keep pushing the chapter 30 script. Right now I'm so tired. Oh my god, I can't even tell you how tired I am right now. Because I woke up at 9. I tend to do better if I wake up at like 10 or 11 or something, but when I wake up at 9, I feel so much worse wasted. The worst part is that for the last few days, Monica has been beating me to the teapot, and she tends to make honeybush or green rooibos before I can make my jasmine green tea, and I need the jasmine green tea to stay awake. It's so annoying. So yeah, that's my beef. Okay. Tomorrow, although I really would like to go today, tomorrow we're gonna go to the recycling center. I don't know if we're probably gonna go for another walk today. If we do, I'm hoping to find more bottles and cans, but for now it just seems like what we have is enough. I look at it and I'm thinking we're probably gonna make anywhere between like $13 to $14, because we reached $12 by just having a small third bag. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll reach either $13 to $14 to $15 with a much larger bag. It's smaller than the other 2 bags, but at the same time it's also bigger than the other bag. So I'm guessing anywhere between $13 to $14. I don't really know, but I'm hoping. It'd be cool if we could make more than that, though. If I remember the calculation, because typically when we used to bring two bags, it would come out to about $11, which means that it was more like $5.50, I think. Not really perfectly, because it'd be 11 and some random change, and I never really kept track of how much the change was. So assuming that it was perfectly, if I ignore the change, it was perfectly $11. That means that each thing was about $5.50. So if I brought in 3 bags, that means that this would be about almost $16. So I'm hoping to reach 15. I won't get upset if we don't reach 16. 16 is a really best case scenario. So I'm hoping for anywhere between 16 and some change. I mean, it would be cool if we can get up to 17, but I don't know if we can. Because like I said, I don't really remember what the actual difference in change was. But if we keep this up and we actually get rid of the bags at the end of the month, and we can actually make up to 4 bags someday, then we can probably get about $22 generally. I'm not really sure. Man, when we were passing by, we ended up seeing this one balcony on someone's apartment that was covered in bags full of bottles, and I counted them. I was 5, 10, 15, 20. It came out to about initially when I was just counting by 5, I estimated to be about $30, but it technically wasn't $30. It technically was more $33 worth of stuff. And that is if they're going to the same recycling center as us. I don't really think so, though. Alrighty then. That's as much as I can think of. I'm probably going to take a nap. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. I only meant to rest my head for a few minutes and then go back on and try to work on the script, but much to my dismay, I crashed and I woke up at 10:40. Monica was just getting off to make lunch, and she was done with the pages, which meant that I was not going to have time to work on the script. It made me so angry. But we ate lunch. We completely forgot to watch Kase-san, and then we took our bottles to the recycling center, all 3 bags, and I was expecting to get anywhere around $15. We only got 13. and I was just like devastated. It was only $13. It made me feel like this gotta have been a mistake, but like we only got $13. We got like, oh, I didn't count how much change we got. But I feel like the change that we got with the $13 indicates how close we were to $14. So I feel like that's the only bright side, but at the same time I'm still upset about it. So we got home. I work on the Monday pages, but I didn't finish them. I have to add the screens and then all the dialogue, and that's what's making me feel really unmotivated, is the fact I have to sit there and type all that stuff out, or I have to import all the text into there. I don't think I actually wrote out everything that needs to be said, but I need to type it all out, and I'm just not. Lately I've been not in the mood for that. I've been mostly just too tired. After that, we ended up hitting Vaughn's. We got a bit more food. We wanted to get bananas, but the bananas weren't any good. It was so annoying. I got home and I found my video was still compressing, because the whole time between when we got home from the recycling center up until we went to Vaughn's, I was compressing my video at second compression. Okay, so instead of going back to working on the pages, I ended up working on fan art for a little while. I worked on potential fan art for Aqua and Amelia, because I really need something to put in my queue. I also drew some sketches for the Katsugeki Saniwa, because I really want to draw him also. So I got 3 things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish them in time, but it would be nice if I did. And I'm like so desperate to put something in there, because like it only goes up to July 4th, I believe, and then I need something for every other day after that. I found out Amelia has a lot of clothing. She has like this little pink dress, a long purple dress, and then this little blue dress. And I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to do. The little pink dress is nothing to write home about, so I'm thinking about possibly doing the purple one for August, and then the blue one for July. I don't really know. I have to think about it. But I only got one pose in mind for her, and that's it. So I need a pick. Alrighty, so I got off at about like 5:30. I got caught up with my journals and planners. And when I went back to the living room to make green tea, I found that my computer was still on, even though that I had told it to shut down. Apparently it crashed in the process of trying to shut down, and so it restarted itself completely. It was trying to start up by the time that I found it, so I had to shut it down again. So annoying. Okay, so I woke up at 10, and then I worked on the drafts for Tuesday, and I completed them about midnight, and then I went back to bed. So that means that I only got the drafts printed out, and that's it. I woke up at 3, I linered and assembled the pages. I got a little bit sidetracked making a vision board for my wallpaper, my desktop wallpaper, so I could see it every day. In the process, Monica advised me to clear off my desktop. And it's impossible because my computer's not like her computer. She doesn't have to have everything on her desktop, but I kind of need some things on mine. So I have to take some time to do that. After that, we ate breakfast, we watched Kase-san, up to the ending, and in the end, the only thing that happened was that Yui decided to go to the same school as her, and that's it. And it just felt like, overall, I was really disappointed with this movie. I was expecting it to be a series, which would upset me. Second off, I didn't actually think that girls were going to be so like gender stereotyped, because I feel like Kase herself felt like they were like forcing her into a masculine role. And she didn't feel, and not that I wanted her to be more feminine, it's just that I felt like she was like, kind of like, I don't want to say illogically, like, how do I say this? I feel like Yuri pairings work for me when the pairing feels balanced, but this way it just felt like they were forcing like regular heteronormative gender stereotypes on the two of them. I mean, she was the athlete, she was the masculine one, just, why did they do it like that? Ugh. On the other end of the stick, I mean, I really hate comparing shows, but I feel like the last Yuri pairing I actually was really into. I feel like the masculine and feminine traits were evenly spread between the two girls, and that it's like easily one could pick up the other one. Easily one could pick up the slack with the other one. And in this case, I feel like it wasn't. I feel like one was way more, pushy about having sex than the other one was. And so I personally didn't like the movie. I felt like it didn't stick the landing for me. Ugh. Other than that, yeah, it was cute. That was at most all it was. So after we went for a walk, we only found 2 bottles, and then we got home, but we spent some time talking or venting, sort of, and then we we split up at 9. So she wants me to go to bed. I've been up since 3. I'm exhausted, but I'm worried that if I crash, I'm gonna wake up at 10 and she'll be done with the pages, and then I'll have both the Monday and the Tuesday pages to finish. And like that means I won't be able to work on Tuesday until I'm done with Monday, and I'm already feeling like I don't want to work on Monday's pages. I'm so tired. And I'm trying to get them done before Thursday, because on Thursday we're going to go to the library again, and I don't want to have anything else to work on. At this point, I almost feel like I want to bring my work to the library because I'm not getting enough of it done. I mean, like, the script for chapter 30 is not finished. I was hoping to have it done soon so I can, like, storyboard it. I need it storyboarded before the end of the week. So, like, it just makes me upset because I really want to go back to being a few chapters ahead. It's going to take me a while to get there, though. And like, I hate that it takes so damn long to get through these damn pages. It's making me really angry. I think I'm having an iron deficiency. I don't know what it is that's making me feel like I can't grind like I used to. I used to be able to grind like back in like 2014 and 15. I was grinding like crazy. And I think I was also grinding in 2016, but at this point 2016 feels so far away from me. I think 2014 would feel more far away, but like, oh my god, I feel like I cannot grind. I'm trying to grind and it's just been so difficult. I feel like the difference is that, you know, I had mom and dad here and they were constantly putting me under stress to the point I would not be able to sleep, so I had to work on something. And so I don't have the same amount of stress keeping me up at night. I just had this keeping me up at night, and it's frustrating me. I don't want to get gray hairs over this. It's not worth it. So yeah. Is there anything else? No, I can't think of anything else to say. I think that's virtually up to where I am. Alright, this is what I need to do today. I need to update my YouTube. Need to take a shower. Need to complete the pages. I might as well just work on chapter 30. I might as well erase it from my to-do list because there's no way I'm gonna be able to fit it in. I'm also recording, so this is the second recording. Is there anything else? And I want to be able to work a little bit on the next fan art. I feel like Aqua's almost done. I just need to fix her staff, because I was using the Nendroid as a reference, and the Nendroid staff is actually more compact than the actual staff. It's much longer and bigger. So yeah, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.
Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So I went back on and I worked on the Monday pages until around about lunchtime. Afterward, we took a shower, and then when we got out, we rested until like about 12, and then we went back on. Monica ended up deciding to go to Albertsons randomly. I think it was about like 12:30, 12:40 when she went, and I think she got back at like 1:30 or something like that. So while she was gone, I finished and loaded the Monday pages. I started the Tuesday pages. I only managed to get one like almost completely completed, but I ended up getting off. I don't remember what time it was. I think it was somewhere between like 2 and 3. And then the two of us went to go get water at Northgate. So the park that's next to the elementary school here next to our apartment complex is owned by this church called Higher Ground, and they're doing some kind of like summer camp program. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but somehow it incentivized them to get, like, I hope it's temporary fencing, but like they got some fencing and they put it around all over the park. And I understand it's their park, they can do whatever they want with it, but oh my god, did it make it a pain in the ass to like get around it. We were so used to just, you know, going through the passageway behind the school to cut straight through the park and exit the neighborhood. But like now, it's a bit more of a hassle. I feel like the fastest way to get out is just take the pathway and leave through the front of the school instead of cutting straight across the park. That's kind of annoying. Other than that, we weren't really pleased to see it like that. We don't know if it's going to stay like that, but it definitely looks like a shabby fencing job, so we're hoping that they're going to take it down afterward at some point or whatever. But yeah, we hit Northgate, we got home, and then I completed more of the Tuesday page. They were not done though. The major art coloring was completed though. That they still needed effects. I only got as far as like doing some of the screens. It was so funny. One of these screens that appears in this chapter is a screen that says Fuyar has blocked you. And like when I was closing the windows and I saw that as the last thing that I saw before I closed my my art program, I saw it and I kind of took it personally. I'm like, oh, Fuyar blocked me. So yeah. Okay, so I got off at about 5. And then I updated my journals and planners. I think we went to bed between 5 and 6. I can't really remember. I woke up at 10. I went straight to work on the pages, and much to my surprise, while I was drawing, I heard murmuring in the bedroom, and I realized that Monica was talking to herself. So I got up and I got her pills. She went to the bathroom, and then I gave her pills and some water, and she hung out in the bathroom talking to herself for a while until I think about 11, I think it was, 11 or 12. And then she got tired and decided to go back to sleep. So I spent that time working on the pages. I ended up completing 2 of the 3 pages. However, I stopped at page, I think it was 10, because that was the page Dominique was on. I had to like decide finally what her room was gonna look like. I put it off for an entire week, and I ended up having her draft scanned and reprinted out in red for line art before I decided to go to bed. I did the hardest part, which I did her dress and her hair, and I ended up going back to bed at about like 2 a.m. And then I woke up about like 5:50, I think it was, and we both got out of bed at 6. I went straight to finishing Dominique's page, and then we stopped to eat breakfast and watch Roku Hodo. This episode was about, the first half was about the guy with the long hair and one of his pottery friends, and he had the nerve to serve her family at the restaurant with the pottery she made. And he ended up really impressing, or he helped her impress her family. I think it was her son and her daughter-in-law. He helped her impress them with her pottery, and they wanted her to do that I think in their hometown. So she ended up leaving, and by the second half of the story, the second half of the story is setting up for the explanation about, or more explanation about the main character Sui and his brother. And his brother had a chance to go to Rokuhodo, but he ended up letting it go and leaving. And his brother ended up sending him some type of letter. We'll find out what it is, though. They're gonna have some type of big New Year's event thing. This is definitely the last episode. It was a good series. I actually really liked this series. I wouldn't mind rewatching it. So yeah, I feel like all they're gonna do for the finale is to have all the characters who are in the series are gonna come together for New Year's. I could just feel it. So yeah, I ended up going back to work afterward and watching the episode. Monica was coloring the pages. I ended up specifically finishing the graphics and the artwork for the Tuesday pages. So later I'm gonna go back on and I'm gonna put text on them. I got off at like 7:30. Monica realized too late that she forgot to serve the breakfast with the chicken. And we decided to just save the chicken for lunchtime, because when we had straight salad yesterday, it wasn't any good. So yeah, I just got done catching up my journals and planners. I'm considering that if I don't get far enough in July with the extras, if I'm not at least done with chapter 5's extras, or at least chapter 3's extras, I'm gonna take off the entire month of August to catch up the extras, because like if I'm gonna be struggling through this, I'm gonna be really behind. I really just want to get into volume 2. I'm already like segments into it, and if I just clear volume 1, I can easily get into volume 2, and I would really just like both of them to be completed. It really bugs the hell out of me that both of them are not done, and the release date is in like 2 more months. So I feel like if I do not make enough ground, if I do not cover enough ground in July, I'm definitely taking off August. I cannot, okay? And that's gonna put me back like about 5 chapters, but also gives me a chance to like catch up the chapters. It gives me a chance to like work on the whole Hurricane Brigade arc. I feel like I wish I could do it like this month, as in July, but like I also feel like I don't want to stop the story where it is at the moment, because like the story doesn't stick its landing until like I think chapter 31 for this specific portion, and then from 32 forward is the whole Hurricane Brigade arc. So we'll have to figure out how that goes. Other than that, I want to at least like have I want to at least get through July 1st, and then I'll pick a pause in August and catch up everything, because like I need time to work on it. I know if I had the time, I can get all this cleared, and it makes me upset that I don't have it ready. So yeah, is there anything else? I wanted to have up to chapter 5 done this month, and I've had very little time to work on it, which makes me so angry. Okay, so this is what I'm doing now. We are planning on going to the library about 9ish. I hope they're open on Wednesdays. I don't think they're not open on Wednesdays, because like some libraries pick the weirdest days to not be open. I think for Stance, I think they weren't open on like Thursdays or Fridays or something like that. I think it was Fridays. They weren't open on Fridays. But yeah, okay. So we're planning on hitting the library, and then I want to clear the Tuesday pages. I just need to put the text on them and load them. I don't know if I'll be able to do that before the library, because like, it's already 8. The library opens up at 10, and that means we need to leave at about like 9ish, 9:30. Right now it should be like 8:30, I guess. So maybe I might have some time. If I can get the chapter completed today, absolutely today, then I want to be working on the scripts as soon as it's done. I'm not really sure if Monica's going to be working long at the stuff that I left with her, because like I think she should be done with that like very soon, because like it's not a lot, or I'm going to be throwing in the library in the middle of her work. We can actually do the library on both Wednesday and Thursday. I wonder if she'd be like doing it twice, but at the same time it's like if going to the library takes out of my work time, but it's nice to get away from the computer. If I can get chapter 30 done before we go to library, I'll definitely see going there on Thursday. Other than that, I feel like I really, really want to just get chapter 30 done and the storyboard done too. So, yeah. What else is going on besides that? The AT&T bill comes in tomorrow. The bus passes expire tomorrow. I don't know if she might want to like try to like go somewhere before they expire, because that technically would make more sense. But she says she couldn't think of any other place she wanted to go to. And then I want to finish Agnes, because like her profile's almost done. I just got her profile comic back. All I need to do is fill it in and then put it on her thing, and then do the profile part, as in the actual profile text. And then I need to work on Harper and Giselle's artwork, and like those are mostly the easiest things because they're all profiles. But then I also have the chapter 4 extras, and those have been waiting for a while. I haven't had a chance to work on those out at all either. So I'm gonna try to do some of those over the week, and then I need to do something for fan art. So I had the 5 things I was hoping on doing. 2 of those things don't even exist. They're just like 2 things I wish I could do right now. So the 5 things I want to do, the 3 major things is a picture of Aqua, a picture of the Katsugeki Saniwa, and then a picture of Amelia from ReZero. I have it just for Amelia. I don't know if I want to go through with it. I want to find other poses for her though. Same thing for Autog. I want to find other things for him too. Aqua, I feel like is more or less done. I just forgot to put her little flowy mantle on her. So I don't know. I guess I'll work on that a bit later. Other than that, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So I went back on at 8:30 a.m. I completed the Tuesday pages, and even though we were hoping to go to the library on Wednesday, when I checked the library website, it said it wasn't going to open until 3 p.m. because apparently they're doing some type of training session. So like, I decided to work a little bit on Agnes's profile comic, and then also on the vision board that I was making, and I got off about lunchtime. So we ate lunch, and then we rested until like 12:30. I went back on, I worked on the pages until 2 p.m. and then I got off. We waited around until 3 so we can go to the women's group, and it seems like this time we were the only ones that actually showed up. We talked to Tiffy about everything that happened this week. She ended up telling us about this awesome Cuban bakery somewhere in Buena Park, but it's too close to where we used to live out there, and we feel really awkward about going back. So we got home about 4, and then I tried to sleep, but I had a really hard time falling asleep. I think I woke up at about 7. I went back on, and I worked on the Wednesday pages. until 9. I finished all the main graphics and I applied them, so all the artwork was done. All I had to do this morning was work on the text. So I woke up at about like 4 and I added the text and I loaded the chapters. So, in unrelated news, we got confirmation that the June Kiwame is going to be Kashu. I'm so annoyed. I was expecting it to be Kasen. I've been expecting Kasen since May. So, May was Hachika, and then June is Kashu. So, there's some speculation that Kasen is either going to be July or August. I'm not really sure. I would like him to be July. Monica thinks that Yaman Bangiri is going to be July, but I don't know. We'll have to find out. So, yeah. Alrighty, so this morning there wasn't anything to watch, so we ended up eating breakfast in the bedroom, and Monica made chicken. That's pretty much just how we spent the day. I worked on the script for chapter 30. I didn't get to finish it though, so I need to go back on and work on that. I'm most likely gonna do that when I'm done with this here. And I did pay the AT&T bill, so that's out of the way. Is there anything else? We need to go later and get more rooibos tea, because like we're completely out of the green rooibos. We only got like one box of that and we obliterated it. I also just used the last packet of regular rooibos, so we need to go pick some of that up at the grocery store, preferably when we're going or coming back from the library today. I need to check the times in the library. I need to make sure, absolutely sure it's going to open up normally today. It should. But other than that, that's all that I really want to do today. The library at about like anytime between like 9 and 10. I should go double check it though. And then I want to work on this week Agnes's profile, the extras for chapter 4. I need to finish one picture, one fan art. I was working on Aqua, but I haven't had a chance to progress it. And I also need to work on chapter 30 script and chapter 30 storyboard. So that's all I need to do. And then if I have time tomorrow, I want to start with chapter 31 and see how far I can make it, because I have some of the stuff for that already written out. So let's see how that goes. Alright then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So I went back on, I worked on chapter 30 until 9. We left for the library at about 9:30. We arrived a little bit past 10, so it had already been open for a few minutes. The first thing I did was look at the magazines, because they had a couple of storage magazines for sale for 25 cents. That's a good deal. I could have bought them. Because like I'm in this kick again where I'm trying to think of interesting new ways of organizing my desk here. It's not really a desk, like I said, it's a coffee table. And I keep thinking that I want to put like drawers or something here, and I don't really know where I'm gonna need them. All I know is that I feel like I don't have a real organized system here, and I think what I need more is like fabric drawers to go underneath this. I'm gonna say like at least 2 or 3. Because like I can't keep anything organized. It's been such a difficult time. What else is there? After that I went to the second floor and I started looking at art books. The first art book I ended up looking at was like this little tiny square. Okay, it wasn't really tiny. Not like those little gift books that they sell at like, you know, Barnes and Noble. But like it was much bigger. Like at least it was bigger than a greeting card. It was a square book of Thomas Kincaid paintings, and I realized that his art style is very similar to the type of art that some of my favorite Japanese artists have that I like. That Thomas Kincaid-esque look about their artwork that drew me to them in the first place. So I was analyzing his work, and I've been trying so hard to do cobblestone. I haven't been able to like practice at it really. I mean, I've made some attempts, but I feel like I can't really like hone in on the roundness of it. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit odd. It's not a natural thing for me to do. Okay, so aside from that, I ended up finding a book on inking. I've seen this book before. It's not one of the helpful ones. And then I ended up looking at a bunch of interior books. They're really old. They were from like at least like the late 90s when computers were still thick. And like it was hard to like look at them. But yeah, I was trying to find books on how to organize small spaces, or the best ways to just, you know, organize small spaces. And like my issue with it was the fact that
a lot of the spaces that they showed in the books were enormous. And like I was wondering why call these small spaces? These rooms are huge. And like I thought there was only one book that actually had genuinely small spaces. And like that was it. I haven't looked at all the interior books, so I should continue later, probably next week. But yeah. So we ended up leaving at about 11, I think it was. I can't remember. It was almost 11:30. We ended up passing through Center City Plaza, and we checked out the Japanese bakery that they opened up there. It turns out they were having a soft opening, which means that they were allowing people to come in and take a look, but the official opening is July 1st. So we took a look around, and they had melon pan. Um, I think they were selling mochi, but I couldn't tell because I've never quite seen mochi in person. Not genuinely. I mean, I've seen the ice cream, but the mochi ice cream and mochi are not quite the same thing. Also, the bakery is attached to this beer bar called Beezen, and they're both owned by the same people. So there was two ways to escape the facility. After that, we went to Vaughn's. We picked up more tea, and then we got some bananas. We were running out of mint tea, and I just barely used up the last rooibos packet, so I decided to get more regular rooibos. Kind of missed the green rooibos, so that was cool. I hope that our Sprouts eventually get some of the special teas that they have at Mother's Market. What else is there? So we went home, and oh man. We ended up watching the last episode of Comic Girls while eating lunch, and this was about Chaos. This is about Kaoruko trying to write her next comic, but everybody was leaving. And the thing that confused me was that they made it seem like this place was closing for good, but by the end of the episode, they came back. So I assumed they were just going away for the vacation or something. I was really confused by that. But they got back together, and I feel like by the end of the episode, I caught this vibe that Tsubasa was in love with Kaoru. I don't know if that was intended or not. But yeah, I don't know. I guess they were trying to say Tsubasa was making eyes at what's her name, Koyume. But I don't know. I don't feel like Tsubasa sees Koyume like that. I just don't. Okay, maybe it's just me. Oh, whatever. So yeah, I crashed after lunch. I got up at 2 p.m. and then I went back to work on chapter 30. I made like huge distance with it out of nowhere, and like I had to stop because I was just getting kind of tired. I think I went to bed at about 6. It was like almost, I think, 4 or 5 by the time I got off, and I caught up with my journals and planners. I only have about 3 pictures left. I think Kugel Moogle just went up today. So I have my next Alice picture, my next countdown picture, and then Hakoe on the 4th of July. That means that I need to fill up the 4 spaces in July. Just knowing it's 4 spaces makes me feel a little bit better about it. I still need to do the picture of Shasta and Murray for the countdown. I haven't done that yet too. So I have something for Aqua. I want to finish that. I have something for the Saniwa. I want to finish that. And then I have something for Paracelsus, but I don't know if I will finish that because I feel like it doesn't quite feel right when I look at it. Maybe I can keep messing with it some more. And then I have something for Amelia, but I don't know if I'll be able to work on it. So those are the 4 pictures I want to do for this month. I don't know if I'll get them done. I also did some sketching last night. I need to scan these, which reminds me. Let me just rip this out. Okay. So I have some pictures I did. I like Rin, another picture for the Saniwa for Katsugeki, another picture of Amelia, another picture of Philip in case I want to change out the one that I did. And then I realized I want to do fan art of Celacia from Recreators, and then Mu Cheng from King's Avatar. I don't know if I'll be able to do it though, so I'm gonna try to do that. So I went to bed at 6. I woke up at 9. I worked on Agnes's profile comic. I finished it. All I need to do is just apply it to the boxes and add the text. And then I also worked on the profile pictures for Harbor and Giselle. So those are completely done now. All I need to do is just add the text to their profiles along with Agnes's, and then I have to figure out how to do their comics. I did a brief like sketch draft of what should be in their profile comics, but I haven't like actually like thought about the dialogue for it. So I mean, I had a vague idea, but like I didn't actually like think of actual dialogue. Okay, so I found out that we're getting a new sword for this month for Token Rambu. So far people think he has the same artist as Sengo. I'm really interested in seeing how he looks, because so far he seems like something I would like, but I'm kind of holding my breath in case I don't like him. So we're gonna have to see. I wonder if he's gonna be one of the other Tenka Goken. I don't know. Okay, so I ended up going to bed at about I think it was 12. I don't remember. I think it was 1 yet. But I woke up at around like 5:40, and I went back to working on the script, and I started really struggling with it. And I surprised me because I was coming along so well yesterday, and I suddenly started struggling with it. I guess because I'm really having a hard time. What's it called? I'm having a really hard time getting Clotilda to make Fauna Doubtfire. That's the issue I'm having with it, and it's been kind of frustrating trying to get there. I keep thinking about, I feel like I should probably just write that part and then tailor everything in between, because like, well, as soon as she gets her to doubt him, then I have to end the scene. And if I just write the ending of the scene first and then try to figure out how to link that part to the other part, I might have an easier time, but I feel so stuck on it. So we ate breakfast. There wasn't anything to watch, so I got off. We ate breakfast, and then we went for a walk to Colony Park. We went all the way around the school. It seems like they might have fenced off the fields in the park behind the school to do construction, because there's a machine out there that's ripping out all the grass. So I figured that's the reason why. Other than that, we'll see what they're planning on doing with it. So we hit Colony Park, we talked, and we ended up coming home at about 8. I got caught up with my journals and planners. I'm recording right now. This is the 5th recording of this week, so tomorrow will be the last one, and then I'm going to have to unload the phone, and I'll most likely be editing the audio while working on the drafts, as well as possibly working on page 1 on Sunday. So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually thinking about starting the drafts like during the day before, because it takes me so long to get them done. It makes me so mad how long it takes me to get them done. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I need to get the script done today, the storyboard done. That I want to get done pronto. I don't want to wait on it. Monica has an appointment next week. I have to look at the calendar. What day is her appointment? I think it's like Wednesday. And then we have a tenant meeting. Okay, so no, Monica's appointment's on Thursday. And then we have a tenant meeting on Wednesday. So I'm hoping if I can get the storyboard for chapter 30 done this week, then during Monica's appointment on Thursday I can work on the storyboard for chapter 31. If I can just pound out the actual script for chapter 31, because I know where that script's going. I've had this planned for a long time. So let's see. That's the best case scenario though, because like typically I usually find myself trying to finish stuff over the days, because it takes a while to get through them. What else is there? I still have not finished or worked on the extras for chapter 3 and 5. Like I said, if I can't get those done within July, I'm gonna take August off, because I can't. Is there anything else? No, I really think that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So I went back on to work on chapter 30. I think it was about like 9 I got off at 10:30 as soon as I was done with it. I was so happy. Also, while I was on, I ended up looking up the symptoms for fingers twitching because I've been noticing that my index finger also twitches along with my thumb, and I thought my thumb muscles were twitching with because I was having like a food reaction or something, because sometimes that happens. But it turns out that the twitching of the first three fingers, which is the thumb and the index finger and the middle finger, is symptoms of potential carpal tunnel syndrome. So I ended up doing some hand stretches, general hand stretches, and I felt a little bit better, but I more or less, my wrist was still hurting, so I pretty much dealt with that all day long. I ended up, we ate lunch. I slept until like 12 noon. My wrist felt weird. I had a trouble holding the pen for a little while, but eventually I was able to gain dexterity again, and I managed to finish the storyboard. So I ended up going back on. I successfully put text on Harper, Giselle, and Agnes's profiles. I also got Agnes's comic done. So Agnes is completely done. You load her to the lock blog. I haven't done that yet. And then eventually I got off at like 3:30. But before I did that, I ended up looking up videos of techniques to relieve my wrist pain. And I've seen some in the past before. I used to do them like a few years ago. I haven't done them as much since, mostly because I hadn't really needed them in a while. But I started doing them, and like it started to help out. So I was good for most of the night, but I did experience the still thumb twitching for some of the night. I hope that goes away after a point. Okay, so one of the things I ended up learning this week was another technique for the law of attraction called scripting. And it's basically where you write about all the things that you want to do or want to have happen in the present tense, like you're writing it to existence, I guess. So scripting is supposed to help you focus on what you want and the feelings that you want to feel when you have it. Alright, so I tried it for the fun of it, and it's really hard to write in the present tense because like every story I've ever written up to this point has always been in past tense, first person past tense, like someone's writing a journal. And like I preferred writing that way, so trying to write things I wanted to do in the future in the present tense felt so weird. Alrighty, so I think we ended up going to bed around 6. I'm not really sure, but I woke up at about 9. I printed out all the drafts for chapter 29, so that's out of the way. And then the only two fan arts I worked on was a picture of the Katsugeki Senniwa and Rin Kagamine. So those two I'm definitely gonna do. I went back to bed at 12:30. I woke up at 4:30. I couldn't get Monica out of bed because she wanted to go running, but when I asked her if she wanted to go running, she was too tired to get out of bed. So I got up at 5:30 and I line arted my picture of Rin and I passed it off to Monica. She's coloring that in right now. For breakfast, we watched a review for the Wacom Studio Pro. I really considered getting it. She likes the thought of it too. I think last time I checked it was like 1,400 or something like that, but we're still working up to it. I'm glad that it takes SD cards. What else is there? I don't really need it at the moment. I want it for later, so I don't know if they're going to ever upgrade the technology by the time that I'm going to go for it, but I just want to keep saving up money first. Okay, so after that, we hit Vaughn's, and we got like $30 worth of food. I found 3 pennies, and then a ton of bottles on the way home, but I completely forgot to bring my bottle bag with me, so I had to go back down and get all those bottles I saw after we got home. So yeah. Got back at about like 8:30ish. I caught up with my journals and planners, and now I'm recording. This is the 6th recording of this week, so I need to go edit this. I'm trying to decide if I want to get it all out and all at once, or if I want to save some of the audio for Sunday and Monday. I don't know. I feel like it's just best to get them out of the way. I still need to line art Odyssey for later, but out of all the things I was planning on doing, I canceled Aqua because I didn't like how she was turning out. I don't know what I want to do with Amelia because I feel like I feel like her pose isn't really that dynamic, which is why I want to try a different pose, but I can't think of anything right now. I do want to start the script for chapter 31, but I also feel like I can't do text while I'm working on the audio, so I need to choose something else. That's why I'm choosing Odyssey, and I think I can probably also finish the extras for chapter 4. And if I don't do the script, I at least want to try to do some of the text entries for chapter 3, 4, and I think 5. I don't know if I'm going to need any more for later, but I do want to make some distance with the extras because I need to I need to. Oh, is there anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.